So I'm finally replacing the power antenna on my 1994 Nissan Pathfinder, the WD21. And I've had a few problems I ran into here where my original antenna is stuck up because I broke it off-road. We had the radio on when we hit a tree and it bent the antenna back and it never went back down, and it would grind and grind and grind until the gears broke. So this entire unit is not replaceable, so I had to buy another one. Back when Nissan had them at dealerships, they were very expensive. We're talking like $500, $800. So it's just like, well, it's broken, it's just unsightly, I'll just live with it. Nissan no longer has that. Nissan Parts Deal and the other Nissan parts distributors don't have it. I tried buying it and it gets kicked back and canceled because they're out of stock. So I did find one on eBay, which is just an absolute miracle, brand new in the box. So I've started working on replacing this, and it should be an easy job. You take off the flare for the fender, and then you take off some of the fender well, and then you can get up inside to where the power antenna sits. Now, now you have to take this off with a spanner, but since my antenna was stuck, I couldn't use a spanner to take that off because it's in the way. So I had to use a pair of pliers, and I kind of scuffed that up a little bit, but it's not too bad. And then there's two mounting holes on the bottom here and a little tang, so it rests inside, which is pretty well thought out because you even have to take out the screws. It'll just sit there. You have to lift it up and sideways and then pull it down. So the new one I bought is great, but now I got a problem where we have this little socket and there's nothing for me to plug it into. Now I'm looking at mine and I realize mine's broken and has some chips out of it, and I can't find where that cable goes. So if anyone knows where that cable goes, I'm taking this whole thing apart trying to find out where the cable goes, and I took the glove box out. You can push a tab in on the side here and the whole thing's dropped down, and you take the screws out and the whole thing comes out, and that gives you access to a little bit more on the inside, so you can see where the antenna plugs in for this and a couple other things. And I found one pair of wires that's clipped, which may be the one that goes into here. So the problem is that after I broke my antenna off-road, I was driving on the freeway late at night, 2-lane highway 101, coming up past like Gilroy and the onion farms and stuff, and a semi truck was in front of me and I was coming up past him. He hit something large and metal and kind of cylindrical, could have been like a starter, an alternator or something. He hit that, it spun out, hit my front right tire. My front right tire exploded. It ripped out all of the fender flares and whatever else. So now I'm replacing stuff here and I'm seeing SAE parts rather than metric parts. So I'm just like, oh yeah, when they went back, they did a poor job replacing everything. Ripped out my turn signal, my headlights, brake lines, a whole bunch of other wires. And I'm thinking either that was damaged from the accident or that was done by the body shop. So at the time, my ex is like, she works at a body shop, Melissa. So she's like, oh, I'll take care of you. We'll get everything fixed up, yada, yada, yada. And they really didn't do a good job for Mike's Auto Body. They took a lot of shortcuts. They replaced stuff with SAE rather than standard Nissan parts. So that's like all the little things they did in my truck over the years, I'm going back and finding little mistakes and redoing stuff. So I'm pretty sure that the plug for my antenna, since this is broken, got broken in that accident and got ripped out in the body shop, thinking that since my antenna was broken anyway, I wasn't going to use it, I wasn't going to notice. But here we are about 20 years later, and now I noticed. Kind of hard to track them down and take care of this after the fact. So I need that plug, and I don't know where it goes. So if any other Nissan owners out there, if you're on the forums or if you're on YouTube, if you can find where that goes, because that looks like that's going to power the motor. So I need that power. Like, let's look at that's the power. Like I got like two contacts in there, so I was looking at me a positive and a negative. So I think I need that to power the motor to make this go up and down. And then this big wire is the antenna. So I can plug the antenna in, but now this isn't going to work and it's not going to go up and down until I get that little power plug. So if anybody on any of the Nissan forums or here on YouTube can track that down and find out where that goes and show me, like possibly on a video or like on a photo or something, that would help me out trying to solve this problem, because otherwise I'm probably going to go to pick and pull and try to find some plugs and wires, and you know, it's going to be like luck if they also have a power antenna. I'm going to try to find out where that wire goes, and I might have to clip that myself, and if I can't, unplug it and then unplug it and pull the whole thing out. So this quick half an hour job is turning into like an hour job plus hunting for more parts and hunting for more information.